Hi, my name is Bryant Hopkins, and this is my Milford TV story. One of my friends here in town, his house burned down one spring morning, and I wanted to do something for him. And decided that a fundraiser would be a good thing to do. Now, we had sponsored some through Milford Cub Scouts and a few other places, so I had some idea of what was needed. So I was able to contact Ron Osher, who's been a Milford institution for years as the DJ at many of the school events. And he put me in contact with Ray Osher. And we put together a fundraiser with a fundraising concert right down at Town Park. And we had a very good turnout, and lots of people came along, and we did all right with the fundraising. And Ron and Ray were talking. They said that, well, they were having trouble getting local venues for the bands that they knew and they promoted and were in to play, because there are just fewer of them now. So I got to thinking that I should find some way to close the gap a bit. And so I got to meet you and all the other terrific folks here at Milford TV. By the following October, we started our first show, Milford Performs, and I really, really enjoyed it. I mean, it's rare that a father and a teenage daughter can do something together, but I was able to do this with my daughter, Michaela, and that was the biggest thing for me, is that this was a project, a program that the two of us could put together. She handled a lot of the technical stuff. She took care of the crew. She was she always told me where I was going wrong. Many times she would tell me where I was going wrong. And we put it together for 5 years. It was a really good thing for us to do together. And that was, for me, the best thing about the show. I had been in performing arts for a long time in various parts. I'd been out of it for a number of years, but I was a musician and an actor in various roles over the years, and I'd never done anything on television. At the time I was involved with the Milford Performing Arts Center, I thought that this would be a way to expand my involvement with them to promote their brand, as well as other parts of the performing arts community here in Milford and the Milford area. So and it just seemed fascinating to me that we would have access to all of this technology just for the asking. I recently changed jobs, and through the magic of television, which is a phrase that my daughter banned me from saying on the show because I said it so much, I had learned to do interviews, to be the interviewer. I had never really done that on a consistent basis before, but I found myself prepping. Whenever a new act came in, I had to find out what they were all about, who they were, what their interest was, how could I best help them to promote their brand, their own music. Because everyone that came in to see and be part of this show was a real musician. They may have various levels of competency. Good musician, good dancer, good actor, even some improv comedians. But every one of them was committed to what they were doing. And I really enjoyed learning how to interview with people who knew what they were doing. So surprisingly, I may not be out there recording the Patriots games on Sunday, but the fact that I could learn to talk to people on an interview basis really helped to strengthen my interviewing skills when I went out to find new work. So that was not something I had anticipated, but it's something I found out about myself later on. You know, one of the things that our society does not have in great abundance is community. There are communities, and when I was growing up, communities were smaller. Now they're bigger. Now some of them have just flown away. It's really surprising to me that anyone would not view this cable access TV as what it is, a community-based, values-based media source for the people who live in our town, in all the other towns that have cable access television. The government programs, the local school programs, programs like Milford Performs, all the other types of programs, life stories, anything. It just surprises me that someone in a bureaucratic capacity would view this as something to be thrown away. Our society doesn't have the kinds of community links that we used to, but this is part of what cable TV can contribute, is to help lengthen the reach of our communities. A lot of people watched our show on YouTube, on their phones when they were out of town. They were reaching back to Milford. And that's one of the great things about cable access television, is that it is local in a time where local is changing.